before you take another breath, pause. Something sacred is happening in this very instant. Heaven is sounding the alarm, not to frighten you, but to awaken you. This is not a joke. Something massive is unfolding behind your name right now. It's not coincidence you're hearing this message, not an algorithm that brought you here. This is divine timing, what the ancients called kairos, the appointed hour when heaven and earth meet. For weeks, maybe months, you felt it, that invisible tension around your spirit, restless nights, dreams that feel too real to be fiction, a pull inside your chest that won't let you rest. You've been sensing a war you cannot see, a battle that isn't fought with words or weapons, but with intentions and energies. And whether you realize it or not, you are at the center of it. This isn't about fame, fortune, or status. This is about your soul, your purpose, your divine assignment. Because someone in heaven has declared, "This one is mine, my beloved." And the moment your name was spoken, everything in the atmosphere shifted. Silence fell. Then came a trembling voice that broke through eternity itself. If you lose this soul, you lose your light. That's when the battle began. Not a battle of rage, but of reverence. Not of attention, but of assignment. Because what you carry cannot be copied. Your presence is rare. Your absence is dangerous. You have been underestimated for too long, but heaven never forgot what it placed inside you. Right now, light and darkness are both pulling for you, for your peace, your voice, your next step. That's why lately it's been hard to focus, why people keep reappearing in your life, why emotions feel heavier than usual. These aren't random events, they're spiritual signals. Heaven is rearranging timelines, and someone, yes, someone has noticed your shift. You've been appearing in dreams, crossing minds of people who once ignored you. Some of them can't explain why they suddenly think of you. They feel drawn to you, haunted even, because your energy has changed. When heaven chooses someone, the entire spiritual realm adjusts its focus. Every force, divine or deceptive, begins to respond to that awakening. And here's the truth. The fight happening over your life right now isn't about romance or recognition. It's about purpose. The enemy doesn't attack what's empty. He attacks what's anointed. When your calling begins to activate, resistance always follows. And yet, as Romans 8:31 says, if God is for us, who can be against us? You may feel like you're losing control, but in reality, heaven is taking command. Archangel Michael is sounding the trumpet over your life. The divine realm has declared, enough confusion, enough delay. This soul will awaken. People have been placed in your path, some from your past, others stepping out of your future, all converging in this moment. But not everyone who returns deserves a seat in your next chapter. Heaven is watching closely who you allow into your heart next, because that decision will either unlock or delay your destiny. Behind closed doors, in unseen places, something has been said about you. Not in gossip, but in revelation. Someone spoke your name, in love, in regret, in spiritual warfare. And that single mention shifted everything. Because somewhere out there, two energies are colliding. One fighting to reclaim you, another determined to protect you. One represents your past, a chapter filled with lessons, pain, and closure. The other represents your future, peace, restoration, divine alignment. And heaven is watching the choice you will make. You see, the one who left you may be breaking in silence right now. Pride keeps them quiet. but regret is crushing them. Every post, every smile, every glimpse of your peace pierces them deeper than any argument ever could. They see your light now, and they miss it. But someone new has noticed it too. Quietly, sincerely. They've made a vow in their heart. I won't lose them. Not this time. This person has been drawn by the hand of God, not attraction. They feel your spirit before they see your face. So if lately you've been feeling uneasy, unable to sleep, distracted without reason, it's because your spirit senses this clash. A silent tug between light and shadow surrounds your heart. Heaven watches closely to see which voice you'll follow. And in this stillness, heaven whispers one truth. Something huge is waiting for you. You're not being punished, you're being prepared. You're not falling apart, you're being rewritten. This storm, this chaos, this tug of war, it's divine evidence that something sacred has your name on it. God is not the author of confusion, but of peace. For God is not a God of disorder, but of peace. 1 Corinthians 14:33. And as you listen now, don't rush to the end. Stay still. Let your spirit listen. Because by the time this message finishes, clarity will find you, and peace will become your crown. Listen closely, because what's happening right now isn't physical. It's spiritual. You're standing in the middle of a war you didn't start, but one that has everything to do with who you're becoming. This isn't about who likes you or who left you. It's about who heaven has chosen to carry your name into the next dimension of destiny. Every sleepless night, every unexpected emotion, every strange pull you felt, they're all signals. Something is shifting in the unseen realm. Two voices are calling your name, one from your past, one from your future. And heaven is waiting to see which one you'll answer. The one from your past is restless. Pride is eating at them, but regret is their prison. They scroll through memories they wish they could erase or relive. They see your peace, and it burns. Because what they once took for granted, heaven now uses to convict them. You were never ordinary to them. They just couldn't handle extraordinary. Meanwhile, another soul has entered your orbit. They're quiet, humble, yet powerful in spirit. They've watched your journey from afar, not to compete, not to impress, but to protect. They see your scars and don't flinch. They feel your energy and don't want to use it. They want to honor it. Without even speaking it, they've made a vow in their heart. I will not repeat what broke them. I will be the one who brings peace. You might not see this tug of war, but your spirit does. That's why your emotions have been unpredictable. You're sensing a clash of intentions. Love mixed with control, light wrestling with darkness, truth confronting pretense. In heaven's courtroom, your name has been echoing again. There's a deliberation happening, not among people, but among spirits, and one phrase keeps returning to the table. This one cannot be lost. Because your destiny is too significant. Your peace is too powerful. Your purpose is too valuable to be tied to confusion again. You've outgrown emotional chaos disguised as love. You've evolved beyond needing validation that never came. Heaven has been refining you through every heartbreak, every silence, every delay, not to harden you, but to prepare you for alignment. Some of the people you've loved were never meant to stay. They were meant to awaken you. Their rejection was your redirection. Their distance was heaven's protection. The one who truly belongs in your story will not have to be convinced to stay. They will recognize your worth without hesitation. And yet, there's one more layer to this. Someone who once dismissed you now finds themselves haunted, not by guilt alone, but by revelation. They see now what they couldn't see then. They realize your presence was peace disguised as a person. Every attempt to move on pulls them right back into your energy field. Because spiritual bonds don't dissolve when ignored. They only quiet until heaven decides to speak again. Right now, their dreams are filled with fragments of you. Your laughter, your silence, your eyes. They wake up in confusion, trying to rationalize what they can't explain. But their soul knows. They mishandled something sacred. Heaven allowed this, not to torment you or them, but to reveal truth. The one who left was never your loss. They were your lesson. And the one approaching isn't a distraction, they are divine confirmation. God is doing what he always does when he's about to bless you. He exposes motives, separates energies, and silences confusion. He is, as Isaiah 45:2 says, going before you to make the crooked places straight. That's why some people have suddenly gone quiet. It's not coincidence. Their spirit feels the shift. Heaven is rearranging the cast of your story, removing anyone who would turn peace into performance. Some are pretending not to notice you anymore, but their silence speaks volumes. Because guilt has a sound, and heaven has amplified it. But don't let that distract you. You're not here to compete. You're here to discern. The next chapter of your life requires sensitivity, not reaction. What you feel right now, the heaviness, the longing, the confusion, isn't punishment. It's preparation. You're being trained to recognize divine energy when it enters your atmosphere, to know the difference between connection and collision, to feel the peace of real love and reject the thrill of temporary attachment. Because when heaven sends the one meant for you, you won't need to chase signs. Your soul will simply know. There will be no noise, no anxiety, no questions, just peace. That's why God is allowing the contrast right now. So that when peace arrives, you won't confuse it with performance. You'll finally understand that love was never supposed to feel like survival. It was meant to feel like home. So breathe, stay still. You are not losing control. You are stepping into divine order. The unseen battle is ending, and heaven is declaring your name victorious. Because what's meant for you is no longer fighting to find you. It's being escorted by angels. And when it arrives, it will not ask you to prove your worth. It will remind you of it. Heaven has been silent for a reason, not because it forgot you, but because it was observing. Every word you spoke in love, every tear you shed in silence, every time you chose peace instead of proving your worth. All of it became evidence in a divine courtroom. And now that silence is breaking, because the verdict has been decided. You see, this isn't just about human relationships. This is a sacred exposure, the unmasking of every false connection, every counterfeit attachment, every motive that wore love's disguise but carried pride's intention. The storm that surrounded you was never random. It was heaven's way of shaking everything that could be shaken, so only the real would remain. Right now, in the spiritual realm, your name has been spoken again. Heaven has declared, this one cannot be touched. The same people who once whispered behind your back now whisper your name with reverence. Not because you demanded respect, but because heaven revealed your truth. They tried to bury your name under lies, but God turned those same lies into soil for your growth. They thought they were silencing you. They didn't know heaven was amplifying you. The book of Luke says, "For nothing is hidden that will not be made manifest, nor is anything secret that will not be known and come to light." Luke 8:17. And that is exactly what's happening. Every hidden motive, every unseen manipulation, every quiet deceit, it's surfacing now. But you don't have to fight back. Your peace already has. There's a reason heaven asked you to stay silent when others demanded a reaction. Every time you held your tongue, it wasn't weakness. It was divine restraint. Every time you let go of an argument that begged for your attention, it was heaven using your silence as strategy. You didn't realize it, but every quiet moment was a sword in the spirit. Every still breath was a declaration. I trust God more than I trust revenge. And because of that, heaven is rewarding you with something far greater than closure. Clarity. Clarity about who truly stands beside you. Clarity about who was praying for you versus who was preying on you. Because one of the most powerful things God ever does is reveal the truth. Not through confrontation, but through contrast. He lets people reveal themselves. And when they do, you will recognize the difference instantly. One comes with peace, the other with pressure. One draws you closer to God, the other drains your soul. Now look carefully at the people orbiting your life. Some who used to roll their eyes at your faith have gone quiet, not because they've changed, but because conviction hit their spirit. Some who used to mock your peace now crave it. Some who once said you were too much are realizing you were exactly what they needed, but too late. Meanwhile, heaven is preparing someone else, someone whose spirit matches yours. They're not competing with your past, they're complementing your purpose. They won't come with noise or manipulation. They'll come with peace and intention. They've been through their own refining too. Stripped of ego, washed of pride, prepared for partnership. Because this isn't a love story written by emotion. It's a covenant orchestrated by heaven. There is a spiritual law unfolding. Every counterfeit must fall before the authentic can rise. Every false connection must dissolve before the divine one can emerge. That's why confusion has been thick lately. Heaven is dividing truth from illusion. The one who truly belongs in your life will not need to explain their presence. Their energy will do it for them. When they arrive, your spirit will recognize them like a memory you forgot you had. There won't be anxiety. There won't be hesitation. Only peace, deep, grounded, holy peace. And for those who once betrayed you, God hasn't forgotten them either. But this isn't about punishment. It's about awakening. Their hearts are being weighed by the same scales that tested yours. They are confronting the cost of their choices. Every moment of silence you endured is now echoing in their conscience. You see, divine justice doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers. Sometimes it comes in sleepless nights, in unshakable guilt, in a song that won't stop playing because it reminds them of you. It's not cruelty, it's correction. It's God giving them the chance to see truth before grace moves on. And grace is moving. Heaven is shifting timelines, merging moments, rewriting destinies, all to ensure peace returns to your name. Because the time for confusion is over. From this moment forward, you are stepping into your verdict season, the season when heaven publicly confirms what you've privately known. That your peace was never weakness, your silence was never surrender, and your waiting was never wasted. So let those who misunderstood your stillness watch what happens next. For when God restores, He doesn't bring you back to where you were. He elevates you to where you were always meant to be. The unmasking is here. The verdict has been spoken. Heaven has ruled in your favor, and the same silence they mocked is now the sound of your victory. Heaven has a way of doing things that no human mind could ever predict. Just when you thought the story was over, God picks up the pen and writes a plot twist that makes every tear make sense. The season you thought broke you was never meant to destroy you. It was the furnace where your crown was forged. This is the divine reversal. The moment heaven flips the script, everything that once looked like loss is now becoming leverage. Every rejection that made you question your worth was actually God's redirection, a divine detour to protect your peace. Every door that slammed shut wasn't rejection, it was preservation. You didn't lose what was meant for you. Heaven simply delayed it until your spirit was ready to receive it. Archangel Michael has declared the verdict. The battle ends in your favor. Not because you shouted louder, not because you fought harder, but because you stayed pure when you could have turned bitter. Heaven never rewards noise, it rewards alignment. There's a holy reshuffling happening behind the scenes. People who once looked down on you are being humbled. Those who misjudged you are being convicted by the same truth they ignored. The same rooms that once whispered your name in mockery are now speaking it in respect. Because when God elevates you, He does it in such a way that even your enemies have to bear witness. He prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies. He anoints my head with oil. My cup overflows. Psalm 23:5. That's not just poetry, it's prophecy. You are about to sit at the very table that others tried to pull away from you. The oil they said you'd never carry now runs down your spirit. And that overflow? It's peace, not pride. Stillness, not striving. But don't misunderstand this reversal. It's not about revenge. Heaven doesn't humiliate, it restores. The people who hurt you aren't being destroyed. They're being delivered. Because this was never about proving who's right. It was about revealing what's true. And the truth is, you were never the problem. You were the assignment. You were the light that revealed their shadows. And when light walks into darkness, darkness panics. That's why they pulled away. It wasn't rejection. It was exposure. Now heaven is closing that old chapter with grace. It's not erasing the memories, it's redeeming them. You'll look back and realize those who left weren't villains. They were vessels. They played their part in waking you up. They had to leave for you to learn that your peace doesn't come from people. It comes from purpose. And while you've been healing, someone else has been transforming too. The person meant for your next chapter is being refined in fire. Not to mirror your pain, but to match your peace. Heaven is stripping them of ego, humbling them in ways only God can. When they arrive, you'll notice it immediately. They'll carry calm, not chaos. They won't confuse you. They'll clarify you. They'll speak your language without words. Because when something is heaven sent, it doesn't demand to be understood. It simply feels like home. This is not a love story. It's a divine alignment, a merging of missions, a union that exists not for performance, but for purpose. That's why darkness fought so hard to stop it. Because together, your light will not just heal each other, it will awaken others. God isn't sending you someone to fill your loneliness. He's sending someone who can stand beside your destiny. Someone who doesn't just love your energy, but understands the cost of carrying it. Someone who sees not just who you are, but who you're becoming. When they come, you won't have to chase them, test them, or question their loyalty. They'll arrive with peace, not pressure, with consistency, not confusion. They won't compete for attention. They'll protect your focus. The spiritual realm is shifting to make this happen. You might feel the air grow heavy before it does. Not with fear, but with holy tension. because heaven is merging timelines, aligning hearts, and reordering destinies. It's the divine choreography of God. And here's what's beautiful. You won't need to prove anything. You won't need to post, to explain, to announce. Heaven is your witness. Your life will speak louder than any caption ever could. As 1 Peter 5:10 says, "And after you have suffered a little while, the God of all grace will himself restore, confirm, strengthen, and establish you." That's where you are now, in the establishment phase. The pain was the preface. The clarity is the confirmation. The peace that's coming is your crown. So take a deep breath. The reversal has begun. The storm is ending. The confusion is clearing. What was once chaos is now order. Heaven isn't just giving you your peace back. It's making you the embodiment of it. And when people see you soon, radiant, unbothered, grounded, they'll wonder how you did it. They'll say, "How did they survive that?" But you'll smile, because you'll know the truth. You didn't survive. You transformed. Your silence became your sword. Your pain became your prophecy. And now, your peace is your crown. Something holy is moving in silence right now. Not loud, not rushed, but deliberate. Heaven is setting the stage for a reunion that has nothing to do with coincidence and everything to do with calling. You're not just meeting someone. You're meeting destiny wearing human form. For a long time, your heart has carried invisible weight. The memory of what was, the hope of what could be, the ache of what still lingers in between. You've tried to let go, but something deep inside you knew. This story wasn't finished, and you were right. But here's the truth heaven needs you to understand. The reunion you've been sensing isn't just about love. It's about alignment. Heaven never brings two people together for comfort alone. It brings them together for purpose. The one being guided toward you right now isn't coming to fill a void. They're coming to help you fulfill a mission. They've been tested too. Broken in places you'll recognize. Healed in ways that mirror your own. You'll see it in their eyes. That same quiet strength. That same holy exhaustion of someone who survived battles they never talked about. This connection will feel different. Not chaotic, not confusing, but clear. They won't come with promises. They'll come with peace. You won't feel butterflies. You'll feel grounding. You'll feel your soul exhale. Because this time, you'll know the difference between someone who wants to possess you and someone who's sent to protect you. The person who once mishandled your heart is still learning what they lost. They see your light in every reflection, hear your voice in quiet moments, feel your energy when they try to sleep. Their pride fights their remorse. But heaven isn't letting them escape the lesson. You were the divine appointment they dismissed. Now they're walking through their wilderness, not as punishment, but as purification. They are learning that real love doesn't control, it covers. But as their chapter closes, another begins. Someone new, or someone transformed, is being sent into your life not by coincidence, but by divine orchestration. Heaven has adjusted timelines, rewritten paths, and aligned hearts to meet in perfect order. Don't expect a grand announcement. It will happen quietly. A message, a name, a moment that makes your spirit tremble before your mind can comprehend it. You'll feel your chest grow warm, your breath catch, your heart whisper, "This is it." That's how divine timing feels. Not forced, not delayed, simply right. The same angels that once guarded your tears are now preparing your table. The same heaven that witnessed your heartbreak is now choreographing your restoration. And when the right soul finds you, you'll realize the delay was mercy. The waiting was protection. The loneliness was training. God was teaching you how to love without losing yourself, how to give without breaking, how to discern peace from passion. He was refining your heart to recognize the difference between chemistry and calling. This is why heaven had to separate you first, because destiny can't bloom in distraction. Some of what you called loneliness was actually pruning. Every night you cried alone, heaven was preparing space for something sacred. And now, you are stepping into the season of recognition. When your eyes meet, you won't just see a person. You'll see purpose reflected back at you. Their presence will carry familiarity, not because you've met before, but because your souls remember. This is what divine reunion feels like. Peace that feels like prophecy, silence that feels like safety, love that feels like legacy. And as Ecclesiastes 4:9 reminds us, two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. This isn't about romance, it's about resonance. Heaven is bringing together two spirits who can multiply light. Together, your presence will not just comfort others, it will awaken them. The war over your life was never about who could love you more. It was about who could stand beside your purpose. One came to drain it, the other comes to defend it. That's how you'll know. So, don't rush, don't chase. Let heaven finish its alignment. The one meant for you is already being guided by angels. Ego is dissolving. Fear is fading. Their steps are being ordered toward you. When they arrive, you won't need to wonder. You'll feel the peace before the person. And when that moment happens, when your spirits finally recognize each other, every delay, every tear, every lonely night will make perfect sense. Because now you'll understand. The waiting wasn't wasted. It was the womb of your miracle. This time, love won't come to test you. It will come to keep you. Pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Feel the quiet around you. It's not emptiness. It's a sacred stillness, a divine hush before heaven moves. Because right now, your atmosphere is being rewritten. Peace is not on the way. It's already here. This stillness isn't punishment. It's protection. It's heaven saying, don't speak yet. I'm sealing what I just restored. You've been through the noise, the confusion, the manipulation, the half-truths. You've walked through conversations that drained you and waited for closure that never came. But God says that closure is no longer required when clarity has already been delivered. What broke your heart no longer defines you. It refined you. What tried to silence your voice became the very thing that sharpened your discernment. The silence that surrounds you now is not absence. It's evidence. The evidence that heaven is completing what chaos began. You see, the world glorifies noise, loud winds, constant motion, endless explanation. But in God's kingdom, power is born in quiet. In Exodus 14:14 it says, "The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still." That's where you are, in divine stillness. Your stillness is not inactivity. It's alignment. You're not frozen. You're focused. Heaven is recalibrating every vibration around your name. What once felt like delay was simply heaven building your foundation in silence. Because sometimes, what God builds in private is meant to stand unshaken in public. Heaven doesn't rush what it's refining. That's why certain doors haven't opened yet, not because you're not ready, but because your peace is being protected. God will not allow anything unstable to touch what He stabilized. That's why you've been feeling detached lately, why certain people no longer resonate, why conversations that once excited you now feel heavy. It's not depression, it's discernment. Your spirit no longer tolerates frequencies that disturb your peace. This is how heaven seals a chosen one, by making you allergic to confusion. Now listen carefully. In this stillness, there will be whispers. Faint, emotional, tempting whispers from your past. They'll say, maybe you should reach out. Maybe it wasn't that bad. Maybe you're overreacting. But remember this truth. The same voice that caused chaos should never be the one you seek comfort from. God is not the author of confusion, but of peace, 1 Corinthians 14:33. When something brings more anxiety than clarity, it's not heaven, it's history. The one meant for you, whether it's a person, a purpose, or a new path, will not disturb your inner calm. They will echo your peace. They'll meet you where your healing lives, not where your trauma hides. That's how you'll know the difference between return and relapse. So if you've been feeling isolated, it's not abandonment, it's consecration. Heaven has set you apart to fine-tune your hearing. You're learning the sacred art of discernment, the ability to recognize God's tone even when the world is loud. And soon, you'll understand why God kept you still. Because when movement returns, it won't be random. It will be revelation. The opportunities that come next won't require overthinking. Your spirit will just say, yes, this one. Heaven is sealing your peace by removing distractions disguised as delays. The people who ghosted you were guided away. The projects that collapsed were protection, not punishment. The silence that feels endless is actually an invisible construction site where God is building something permanent. You are in your cocoon phase, and cocoons are quiet. Transformation doesn't happen in applause. It happens in stillness. So rest, not because everything is perfect, but because it's protected. The storm has ended. The spiritual warfare that once surrounded your name has been dismantled. The angels that once fought on your behalf now stand guard in silence. And that silence means victory. Archangel Michael whispers, "It is done." From now on, every time your heart races without reason, every time a random peace washes over you in the middle of the day, take it as confirmation. That's heaven reminding you. The battle has already been won. This is not the calm before another storm. This is the calm after deliverance. Let the quiet stay. Don't fill it with noise. Don't rush back to distraction. Let your soul rest in the rhythm of peace. Because what comes next requires your full presence, not your past pain. You've graduated from reacting to discerning, from fighting to flowing, from surviving to reigning. And this is the sacred truth of the chosen ones. Your greatest weapon was never your words. It was your stillness. So breathe. Let the silence crown you. Let the peace settle in your bones. Because you are no longer waiting for your miracle. You've become it. Before you take another step forward, pause again. The air feels different now, doesn't it? That's not your imagination. That's divine confirmation. The atmosphere around your destiny has shifted. What once felt heavy is now holy. What once felt confusing now carries clarity. Heaven is no longer whispering, it's declaring. This is the sacred closing, not of an ending, but of an awakening. You are no longer standing in the aftermath of the battle. You are standing in the evidence of victory. The crown that once felt too heavy now fits perfectly because you've grown into it. You didn't just survive, you evolved. You didn't just endure, you ascended. And now heaven invites you to seal this transformation with surrender. Let this prayer be your declaration. Father God, in this holy silence, I come before you, not to ask, but to acknowledge. You have seen me through storms that others never saw. You have held me when I was too tired to stand. You have whispered peace when I was drowning in questions. Today I release every weight that no longer belongs to me. I lay down confusion. I lay down fear. I lay down the urge to prove my worth. Because you already called me worthy before the world ever named me. I thank you, Lord, for fighting battles I didn't even know existed. For turning pain into preparation, silence into strategy, rejection into redirection. I see now that every delay was divine. Every heartbreak was holy. Every loss was a lesson in disguise. And now I rest, not in defeat, but in destiny. Archangel Michael, thank you for guarding my steps, for standing in rooms I could not enter, for defending my name when I didn't have the strength to speak. Continue to shield my spirit from counterfeit connections, false promises, and energy that disguises itself as light. Let my discernment stay sharp. Let my peace remain protected. Holy Spirit, breathe through me. Cleanse my heart of old patterns. Purge my mind of past attachments. Restore my spirit with new strength. Remove every residue of bitterness. Wash away every echo of fear. And fill me again with faith, not blind faith, but refined faith. The kind that trusts even when it doesn't understand. Lord, I surrender my timeline to you. I trust your sequence. I trust your silence. I trust your surprises. Whether it's the one who once left or someone new you've prepared, let them come not with confusion, but with conviction. Let them come not to take, but to build, not to entertain, but to align. Let love, when it arrives, echo your peace, still, certain, sacred. Teach me to move without fear, to love without walls, to speak without ego. Teach me to recognize the difference between movement and momentum, between chemistry and calling. Let me carry peace like armor and grace like light. And when doubt tries to whisper, remind me, I am not behind. I am aligned. I release the past completely, not with anger, but with understanding. I forgive every soul who mishandled mine. I let go of every moment that taught me through pain. And I thank you for the strength that came from it. My silence was not defeat, it was divine dialogue. My waiting was not wasted, it was worship. Now, Father, I step into my divine era. The season where I no longer chase peace, I carry it. The season where my worth is not debated, it's demonstrated. The season where my name is no longer weighed by others, it's written in heaven. You said in Isaiah 43:19, "Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it?" Lord, I perceive it now. I feel it in my spirit. I sense it in my breath. I see it in my reflection. You have turned my mourning into dancing, my confusion into clarity, my silence into song. Let this peace remain. Let this alignment endure. Let this new era begin. And as you whisper, Amen, understand what that really means. So be it. Not so hope it happens, not maybe one day. No, so be it now. Heaven has already stamped your name with completion. The war that once surrounded your peace has dissolved. The people who couldn't value your spirit have been removed, and those meant for your next chapter are already being positioned. From this day forward, your name will carry a frequency that only peace can recognize. The wrong ones won't find you anymore. The right ones will be drawn to you like light in darkness. Because your energy has been anointed for divine recognition. The same angels that fought for you are now resting beside you. Because their mission is complete. And their silence means one thing. Heaven has already declared, it is finished. So go forward, not with haste, but with holiness. Walk as someone who knows that clarity is their crown, peace is their proof, and purpose is their power. You are not waiting for restoration. You are walking in it. You are not hoping for alignment. You are the alignment. And when the world sees your glow, that calm, quiet confidence that can't be explained, they'll realize this wasn't luck. This was heaven. Your divine era begins now. Welcome home, chosen one. You made it.